You are listening to the Your Empty Nest Coach podcast with Coach Christine, episode number 96, the CEO Toolbox Part 6, Your Foundational Tools. I work with mothers of high school students and beyond who are in the trenches with sad and possibly overwhelming thoughts about what their life will look like when their baby heads to college and begins to leave the nest. My client's big question is, what will I do with my time? Is this you? I've been there and I get it. Empowering you to write the next jaw-dropping, amazing chapter in your life is my passion. I am energized by leading you in the process of exploration and am thrilled when you unlock the power that lies within you. This podcast is my gift to you. Hello, my empty nest friend and CEO of your life. This episode is in a series of episodes about the toolbox of your life. If this is your first time here, note that I've referenced topics introduced in prior series of this podcast in this episode, making this episode a bit more advanced topic. Should you find yourself wondering what I'm talking about, head back to the prior series and work your way through. A quick reminder that if you find yourself talking back to me at any part of this episode, or if something resonates with you, please take an opportunity to leave me audio feedback, either through SpeakPipe or my Google Voice number. You'll find the information to do this in the description of this episode. On Apple Podcasts, click Details. On Spotify, click See More. On Overcast, press the I for Information button. Get the idea? Of course, I will always have full show notes with links to anything I discuss in the episode and a full episode transcription on my website. Those reside at youremptynestcoach.com/P for podcast and 96 for this episode's number. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks. Thank you. It's time to thank our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by my membership community, the GPS Support Flock, your flight to success in the empty nest. If you are ready to find the GPS of your life, sign up to receive an immediate and free download of my PDF, How to Find Yourself in the Empty Nest, our GPS Life Principles document. You will also have the opportunity to learn about our community. See the link in this episode's show notes or fly on over to my website, youremptynestcoach.com. Click the GPS Support Flock button. See you soon. Well, it's time to wrap up this series, the Conscious Effective Olympian, or CEO Toolbox series of episodes. We've discussed why consciously having a toolbox is helpful in your life. We've discussed what to store in the top, removable tray of your toolbox. And we are working now on those tools that you always want with you, those that are in the base level or foundational level of your toolbox. Your CEO toolbox is for you to stock. So ultimately, what you put inside is completely up to you. The top tray items should be things that you consciously choose to use when you aren't able to dig deep into that base level right away. The Band-Aids, if you will. The foundational level items are the deeper work, the cure for what ails you. In my foundational level of my toolbox, I have presence, the CEO analysis tool, flock support, and in the rest of the space, other items that work specifically for me. I want you to spend time figuring out what works best for you. We all have different strengths, different gifts, and different ways in which we learn best. So me prescribing items for you to put in your foundational level may make you throw the whole thing out if one item doesn't work for you. I don't want to be part of that possibility for you. Again, this is your toolbox, so stock it with what moves you forward, what serves as Band-Aids for you, what helps you repair moments, and what moves you closer toward the best version of future you possible. For me, one of the other items that I have in my foundational level is my life's purpose statement. This changes over time, but it is a statement that I say to myself daily to remind me who future me is and why I do what I do. I've found that having this statement allows me to be in the right energy for moving forward, for working on myself, for doing daily tasks that otherwise may not be extremely compelling to partake in. My purpose statement reminds me of who I am. It is written in the present tense, and I have modified it countless times to get it to where it is today. It is a continual work in progress. So consider a purpose statement for your life. If you are a GPS Support Flock member, I'm happy to review your purpose statement for you and give you pointers on how to make it more powerful. If you like the idea of a purpose statement, try using one. How about journaling? Do you like it? Do you love it? Does it serve a purpose for your life? Morning pages, a bullet journal, or whatever format works for you. Be sure it assists you in moving forward if you're allowing it to take up space in your life. How about a vision board? Now be sure that when you spend time with your vision board, that it creates a momentum in your life rather than creating an awareness of what you currently lack to get to those visions. Does that make sense? We always want you moving forward. How does that vision board make you feel? Maybe for you, you spend time alone once a year to work on yourself, be it mentally, emotionally, or physically, or just being. There is a tremendous amount of power in that. There are no rules, my friend, on what needs to go in your foundational space. If you have no idea where to start, just pick 2 things. More than a handful of items, and you may not know what to use when. But again, this is your toolbox, so you make it what it needs to be. Take inventory periodically of what is in your toolbox, as there are times when tools and resources serve our lives really well, but then only for a season. Those seasonal items should be cleared out periodically. You may bring them back, but don't force an item into your box because it appears to work for your best friend. Find what works for you. If you are the type of person that needs me to give you direction, well then try having 3 go-to items in your top tray of your toolbox and choose 2 to focus on for your foundational level. Then modify from there. Consider drawing a picture of your toolbox. Label it and picture it in your mind clearly so that when you feel you need help, you may quickly picture your options rather than spinning into a frenzy of emotion. Let's be honest, you still may choose the frenzy of emotion, but consciously choosing it and letting it run you are different states of energy in your life. And which do you prefer? And with that, we'll keep this episode at a high level and wrap it up because I'd like to know what sorts of things help you dig deeper within yourself. What helps you to move forward? Do you have anything as of yet? How well stocked is your toolbox, my empty nest friend? Of course, we do dive deep into these concepts in our GPS Support Flock membership with a workshop, worksheets, and more. We'd love to have you join us, and the flock can slide right into the bottom of your toolbox. 2 formal questions I have for you in this episode are, how is the inventory in your CEO toolbox? And do you already have great foundational items for your toolbox? Fly on over to my website, youremptynestcoach.com/community for links to join either of my online communities and share your answers to these questions with us. We look forward to seeing you there. Christine, where are you? I visited with Amy Waterman in January. She and I chatted over video. That's right, you won't find this conversation on a podcast, but you'll find it on Amy's website, yourbrilliance.com, or on her YouTube channel, Your Brilliance TV. The title of our talk, Empty Nest Tips for Rediscovering Yourself with Coach Christine. Amy is absolutely lovely. I encourage you to check out all of her interviews as soon as you have a chance. Well, my empty nest CEO of your life friend, if you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe to this podcast. It is free, after all. As always, I provide content to make you think. My hope is that I am able to provide you with thoughts that positively impact your life. Guess what? You are amazing. See ya. The top tray items should be the things you I already said that, so why did I do that? All right, I'm going to go back to we've discussed. Sorry. I can't go off script. And so I don't like so on. That's like a wimp out. Yeah, we're going to remove that so on. Let me do that again. Why do I have so on there? I keep saying so on. What does that mean? But if I cross my eyes, it says soon. What's going to happen soon? I'm losing it. All right. It's so weird that I added that. I wonder if it's going to be in here again. Okay. Still listening? Have you walked a labyrinth? I have 2 within walking distance, within a few blocks of my house, and have incorporated both of them into my almost daily walks now. One is at the back of a cemetery, which is beautiful to walk through, and the other is on a college campus. Makes me want to search out labyrinths everywhere.